G'day. I'm out here at Central Springs at the moment. Well, I'm at Vaughan Springs actually, I'm on my way to Central Springs, but this is going to be my last day out for a while until my feet heal and I get things sorted out with them. I might end up having to see a podiatrist and get some orthotics or something like that, I don't know. But the reason I'm out here specifically is I've actually come out to do a gear review for the lovely people at Adventure Outfitters, who a few months ago were kind enough to send me a Wildo camper box with a spork, ferro rod and a Wildo Casa cup. So I've got some food, got some coffee. I'm going to go down and have a quick lunch at Central Springs, I think. Nothing too fancy, but I'll show you what I got when I'm down there. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. I actually just got down here and looking at how dry everything is and all the rest of it, I actually had a bit of a revelation. I'm not quite sure if we're actually allowed to light fires. Now, I know it's not a total fire ban today, total fire ban day today, but because it's summer, we are in fire restrictions currently. So what I'm going to do instead, I didn't actually bring a gas stove with me, but I did bring my Hexi stove. So what I'll do is I'll use that, and I know it technically is a fire, but it's really, really small, and I'll put it in the fire pit, and I'll use that to actually heat up the pan and cook and all the rest of it. So fingers crossed, that's enough. I've got a bunch of Hexi tabs on me, so it should be enough for what I need. Alright, I'll go and collect some water, get the soya wet, and I'll see you soon. This is a far cry from what I saw in it last time I was down here. But that's okay, we have water. I've got my soya. Hopefully I should have something that we can make safe to drink. Look. Kangaroo. Easily my most favourite meat. Well, it's time to get it in the pan, fry up some snags. Geez, that looks good. I still haven't quite gotten used to cooking on the old Hexi burner, but it's certainly worth its weight in gold, I tell you what. Right. I'll bring you back in a minute. And here it is, in the Wildo camper box. Spork, sorry. Cup, which I'll try out after I boil some water. But it is what I would consider to be fit for purpose. I'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute. Ooh. So that's kangaroo sausages in the Wildo camper box. Wildo spork. I think there's a little sort of tiny serration there that's meant to be a knife, but I'd rather use an actual knife. Well, the kangaroo is amazing, obviously, but do I think this is fit for purpose? Do I think that it meets the design that it's meant to? Yes. Obviously, being plastic, it's not something I can cook in. So I'd still need to bring something to actually cook my food in, whether it's even just a canteen cup, whether it's a full mess kit, which I probably wouldn't bring if I was bringing this with me. Go away, flies. I'd be more likely to bring a fold-up pan of some kind. I'd probably bring a canteen cup anyway, because I tend to bring that when I go out regardless. And that's about it. But this would be good for storage of things like your cups, knife and fork, because this knife does sit in there, even though it is a neck knife. It's good for things like storing your food, like rice and stuff like that. I did actually want to bring some rice and stuff when I came out here, but I couldn't actually find anything actually worth bringing, so I didn't, which is unfortunate. I sort of wanted some rice or some veggies or something. But either way, I think for what it's designed to do, I think the Wildo camper box actually does a really good job. It's lightweight, packs down easy, takes up next to no room, and it stores other things actually quite well, especially food that you can cook later, or if you're going to boil water, that you can just pop in there and let it soak. Particularly, oh, piss off spider, if you're into what's known as cold soaking, so you can soak your food in there overnight cold and just eat it the next day cold, if that's what you want to do. I don't like the idea of it, but hey, some people do. Saves time. Anyway, for now, I'm out. Back again. And I've just made my coffee, just boiled some water. And I've got the folding mug, folding cup from the Wildo camper box, and the Wildo Casa cup. Now, again, my only real criticism of either of these is that they're plastic. I tend to carry metal or aluminium or stainless steel gear when I can, or even if I could afford it, titanium. But that's been sitting in there for quite a while. Still hot. So, this one here I'm not expecting too much from. I'm actually expecting it to be a little bit difficult to drink from, to be totally honest. But it does the job. I mean, it's small, which I suppose when you're looking at something that you want to be compact, I suppose you want it to be small if it's going to be compact. But both of them do exactly what they're designed to. So I would say for the both of these, again, my criticisms lie in the design, and neither of them claim to be anything that they're not. So obviously you're not going to be able to boil in this, you're not going to be able to cook in it, but things like your cup of soups, things like, I'm a big fan of those mugshot pastas. I cook them quite often. They're really good in these, so they would really do the job quite well. So something like that in these would be really good. Even, you know, as long as you've got something else to boil in, like a steel canteen or something like that, or if you're cold soaking, I'd say that, yeah, you'll be fine. But I would carry these in addition to other things. Well, maybe not the Casa cup. I would carry the Casa cup in addition to a steel water bottle, so I could still boil my coffee in the steel water bottle and then pour it into the Casa cup. But something like this, I think, goes really well in with the Wildo camper box. It just fits right in, sits right in there with the spork, and so you've got basically an entire meal set. The only thing you really can't do with it is cooking it, which if you carry that inside of, say, a mess kit of some kind, or in conjunction with a canteen and canteen cup at your belt, which I generally carry, then that's all you need. You're doing really well with that. So, all in all, my only criticisms are the fact that they're plastic, but they're definitely rugged, they're definitely sturdy, they definitely keep the water hot, and they definitely do what they're designed to do, what they are advertised to do. So I can't fault them on that. My only faults lie in the design. But other than that, I think they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and they are fit for their intended purpose. Thank you. Bye. Even though I haven't really used this fire pit, and sorry, and really, all I did was put my my hexamine stove on it. It still looks like we've got some embers in there, so I just want to make sure it's out. Always make sure you put your fire out before you leave. Never leave it for someone else. Always gets my goat when I see a warm fire pit when I come down. Anyway, I'm out. Thanks for watching.